Hey guys, Peter here. Today, taking a look at the PC gaming show, and oh my god, we have a lot to talk about. Last year the PC gaming show was really boring. This year was really good. Actually, I guess they took a lot of feedback and they made it really good. Like something really good. Dawn of War 3, Warhammer 40k universe. It's a real-time strategy. You build your base, the enemy built his base, you create your army and you send it to the enemy base to destroy it. It's a game for the people who love the 40k universe, and I'm not really one of them. Next up we have a curious little game named Oxygen Not Included, and we had like half a second of a trailer. Prison Architect / Rimworld meets Don't Starve visually. I'm all over that shit. This is a thing I really enjoy and I really like those kind of games, so I will play this. Next up, the Ark Survival Evolved guys was on stage and they have a dinosaur base. Do I need to say more? You can build a base on the back of a giant dinosaur. That's about the coolest thing about this game. They also showed the new content where you can play as an animal. Different animals, actually. Next up, we have Giant Cop. I believe this is a VR game? It can easily work without the VR, but it will be way cooler with VR. There was a lot of emphasis this year on VR. It was colorful, it was funny, it was interesting. There was some Big Brother stuff showing up in the trailer with at the end with the robots and everything. Next up we have Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlords, a sequel to Mountain Blade. I don't know, but everything in this gameplay and trailer and everything looks like just like dolls. They look like toys, and the castle look like a toy castle and everything looks like a toy. The entire thing just looks like toys. I don't know, is it the shading? Probably. They just look like toys. I don't know, maybe it's just me. After that we see The Surge. It's basically Dark Souls in the future. Sci-fi Dark Souls, I'm all over that shit. I really love that thing, and if they take the slow and tactical battle from the first Dark Souls, I will be a happy man. It looks good. I'm all over that shit. I don't need to say anything else, it's just Dark Souls in the future. Yeah. Next up we had the Lawbreakers trailer and Cliffy B on stage. I just love how he just called his game the darn game. He just don't give a fuck. As for what Lawbreakers is, it's just a class-based online hero shooter like everyone and his dog. Then we had Esports. For anyone who cares, I don't. Next up we had the Technology Corner with AMD. Lisa Su, the CEO of AMD, came to the stage and just showed us the entire new lineup of Polaris graphics cards. Didn't give any information or anything. What do we expect? This is a gaming show. She's not going to come up and just start spewing numbers and performance charts and everything. The best thing about the AMD presentation was the Doom developers came out and said you don't need $700 graphics card to play Doom. Yeah, you can play it on this $200 GPU. It was really nice. Then they showed something interesting, the VR backpack, which was a PC in a backpack with a VR helmet. And basically what that allows you to do is to walk around in real world with the backpack PC and VR helmet and looking like an idiot. And then we had a short clip about Zen. The best thing, and I mean the best thing about the AMD presentation was the Serious Sam VR demo. You know, if something is going to make me buy a VR helmet, it's shit like this. Like the Giant Cop and Serious Sam in VR. I miss Serious Sam. I love Serious Sam. Vampyr. Not spelled how you think it is. It's an interesting looking game. Third person something. It's pre-alpha, so it could easily become a first person shooter later down the line. Then we had Killing Floor 2 guys coming on stage and talking about their new mode in VR and outside VR, new content, new stuff, and VR. Then we had SuperHOT in VR. Oculus Rift had really gathered some exclusive titles. Killing Floor 2 is Oculus exclusive. SuperHOT and VR is Oculus timed exclusive. Really? Exclusivity. Yeah, so nice that we're not console gamers. Tyranny. It's a CRPG or tactical RPG or just tactical strategy, or the thing looked very similar to Pillars of Eternity genre-wise. I think nobody knows anything about it because they didn't say anything about it, but okay. Next on the list, Observer. This is supposed to be a horror game. We had a teaser trailer and a gameplay trailer. You're hacking nightmares, like nightmares are a computer system or something. Dropzone. Dropzone is an RTS robot MOBA something. They say it's an RTS, but you basically only control 3 robots, so it's not really an RTS. It reminds me more like those champions in Dota, where you can have copies of yourself back in the original Dota, the Beastmaster for example, where you have yourself plus 3 beasts with you. So this reminds me something like this. So it's more like a MOBA, but it's not really a MOBA. It looks interesting. I love me some robots. Next up we had the Arma 3 expansion Apex. Everybody knows what Arma 3 is. Really realistic military shooter. Yeah, Call of Duty. Thank you. Oh god, I'm in the middle of the list. Okay, we had the Turing Test, which is basically a Portal ripoff. And I mean really, it looks exactly like Portal. The rooms, the visuals, you're even carrying a cube with yourself. When you power something, there is a bright, colorful line leading to the door. Does that remind you of something? After that we had Overland. Overland seems like Crossy Road. Seriously, there is no other way to put it. It literally looks like Crossy Road. And it's some kind of weird survival strategy tactics game. Okay, you got my attention. Small maps, short missions. I'm interested now. Then we had the most, how to say it, questionable game of all. The Dual Universe. The creator says it's sci-fi MMO sandbox game where you can build everything and do whatever you want, and you can start a corporation and design a ship and sell your design to other players and actually become a millionaire, billionaire, whatever. What he said is there is only going to be one world, so if I build something, everyone else in the game will be able to see it. So if I design a ship and I put it on the market, everyone in the entire world will be able to buy it. Does that mean there is only going to be one server? Or is this different servers going to share data? Because if there is only one server, I see some serious logistic issues with the entire server thing and connections and everything else. The seamless transition from planet to space and back is not something unseen before. I think the original Elite games had some similar technologies where you can just land on the planet from the space. If what the guy said on the stage is true, this will be the greatest game of all time, but I'm really not sure they can deliver on all those promises they said, especially after they said my favorite line, everything matters. Everything that you do matters. So we've heard that before like a million times and it was never true. Then we had a huge Razer advertisement. It was masked as being mouse and keyboard celebration or whatever. And yeah, just look at the footage. It's everywhere. It's blatant. They don't even try to make it subtle advertisement or whatever. They just blasted the entire thing with Razer logos. Halo Wars. It's console real-time strategy coming to PC. Beautiful, we're having the consoles giving us their real-time strategies. Really, really nice. I'm proud of that. We had a new game called Day of Infamy. I guess it's a strategy game, probably, because of the really low quality models and the really low resolution textures. The two best things about the presentation of this game was the flying models over the ground. Some people were just running in the air and their bodies was moving, and it was beautiful. The other great thing about this game was the most Scottish man ever lived on this earth. Oh, I love that. Mirage. It's multiplayer, online, class-based, hero, shooter, magician, something. It's interesting because it has melee combat with magic. They basically claim that the animations are showing every attack and every attack is telegraphed, so you have a chance to block, and you can block everything, including magic. It's interesting as a concept. They said that if you hit your opponent first, you break his attack. You actually need to have some tactics. Mages of Mistralia, however you're supposed to pronounce this. It's Torchlight meets Lichdom Battle Mage. Visually it looks like Torchlight, and you can create your own magic spells, just like in Lichdom Battle Mage. What else can I say? Then we had Warframe Lunaro, which is updates and a new game mode to Warframe. And Warframe is free to play, so you can go and check it out right away. It's just handball, guys. It's just handball. The Deus Ex Mankind Divided presentation. I enjoyed the first one, and the biggest issues I had with the first one was that every 3 seconds they took control away from me to show me some pre-animated takedown move or landing or jump or whatever. They just took control away from me every 3 seconds, just like many other games. Guys, just let me play the game. I know you can animate, I know you can make beautiful animations, I know you can pre-render landings and takedowns and finishing moves and whatnot. Just let me play the game, stop taking control away from me. And the new one is just the same shit as before. It could be the greatest game that ever existed, ever. I'm not excited for this at all. In a conclusion, this was really good. Wow, I'm really impressed. Last year the PC gaming show was this year was really good. This format is really working. They show some footage, they have some people talking over the footage about the footage. Yeah, okay guys, that was all from me about the PC gaming show. I'm really happy about what I saw here, so if you like what you see in here and you want to see more, you can always subscribe to my channel. Check back soon for more videos like this. Have a nice day.